Hello, 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 hello. How y'all doing? Happy Friday, everybody. And yes, I am now wee frosty Ewok poo. and there's a different icon. All will be explained. A whole transformative situation has gone on in here. I'm so glad to see everybody. Hello, Lisa Jones. Hello. Same shit. Hello. Adele P. Hello. Chrissy Poo. I heard somebody read out your name today, and I have to admit, it gave me life. I totally laughed my wee socks off. So, hello. Stars. Hello. Eliza. Hello. Yes, I am a wee poo. It's just meant to be, everybody. You can't deny it. It's just meant to be. I just thought it was about time, really, that I should show my real self to the world. So here I am. And thanks to somebody else somehow thinking it's getting to me calling me a dog, I've decided to go with a wee dog poo. Because that's just hilarious. I mean, they could have made it just a smidge more creative, but they had to stop at the bare minimum. And I was like, you missed a trick there. Too late now. And yes, it was Chris. I was like, that's just perfect in every way. Not only is she agreeing with her comment, bingo, not only will it upset the team in the bushes, bingo, but then the name change as well, perfect, bingo, full house, the whole shebang. It was amazing. And then there was the whole blank screen situation that had been going on over at Queen Bee's. So it was just perfect timing. Perfect timing. Oh, thank you, same shit, but Soup has a much nicer voice. I love her voice. Although I like a lot of people's voices, to be honest. But Soup has a lovely voice. And hello, Kraken Asses Poo! Yes, I am neither Griffy nor just wee frosty Ewok, but wee frosty Ewok Poo. It's been a whole thing. A whole lot has changed in a few hours. Hello, Rosie. Hello. And yes, Adele P, you need to reconsider your life choices at the moment. I feel that it's necessary. Um, you're just made for it to be Adele Poo for a little while. So, what's happening with you guys, everybody? What have you all been up to today? Anything scandalous, exciting, wildly crazy? I see that the West, I won't talk about this too long because it makes me very upset, but the West trial came to a conclusion, well, with a verdict anyway, for now. I'm sure there will be more things in good time, or at least I hope there will be. Oh yeah, it's been a heck of a week, really, with all of the verdicts that have come down. It feels like it's been a few years of our lives just crammed in all at once. And it's crazy. Craziness. Did you watch it too, Cracking Asses? I have to admit, it made me sob a little bit with relief for part of it, and then I can't lie, a little bit of frustration. I know that the police, etc., are or have done their best in the past wee while, even if it didn't start off that way, to try and get somewhere with these people to find those little boys. So that I have to admit, it's frustrating. Frustrating. Adele, I haven't heard too much from them today, my love. And I think that's going to be the way it'll be for a little bit. It's going to be basically a case of when we see them, and when we don't, we don't. I know that it's doing their little heads in because they miss everybody so much. And they're very, very grateful to everyone for your support, for your kindness, for being here, for putting up with my crazy ass in the meantime. Where is Griffey? She's in South Africa, Chris. Chrissy Boo? Hello, hello, Jane Marie. Hello. Italian girl. Hello, love. Hello. Bubblegum poo. Hello. Uh, right. That, I have to admit, that made me concerned in so many different ways. But I think in good time, the reasons for that complicated verdict will become clearer than it is so far anyway. But at least as a start, I suppose. I'll take it. So many times you see people just walk away, or, you know, at least it's something, I suppose. Now we just have to wait for sentencing. Griffey is not in South Africa. Where is she, Chrissy Poo? Did you steal her? Did Lolita kidnap her as well? I am telling you, if that Lolita one has gone and got the tiny Africans and stolen them as well, I think we need a task force on this situation because it's getting way out of hand. I'm just saying. She's getting out of control. Now listen here, Chris. Listen. That would mean I'm alone. That would mean you've left. Did you all just feck off and leave me in the closet by myself? Is that what's happening here? I find it unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. I know, cracking asses. I think there are so many of us that if there was a way, and trust me, over the past year, I have thought about everything possible within my power anyway, which isn't a whole lot, to be honest. This is honestly the best bet we have for now, which sucks because, again, you just have to listen to me for the foreseeable. You don't even need to listen to me. You can just mute me, put the little dog poop on the screen. I'd be happy enough with that. But yeah, for now it's very frustrating because they feel very cut off from everybody. And that's on top of then all of the frustrations with handling the craziness as well, because they don't know what's happening 1 minute to the next, really. Literally. Pooh, that is a terrible way to talk about Griffey and Stella. I'm joking. I'm just trying to lighten the mood. Because there's always a lot going on. You know, a lot of stressful stuffs. No, I know what you mean. And I hope they do too. And I hope that their rambunctious actions backfire upon them with force. See, I'm not a perfect person when it comes to the babies. No. And yes, Lisa Jones, if everybody could give Griffey a thumbs up, even if it's just to show solidarity with her for, again, having to put up with my crazy ass, I would greatly appreciate it. I always forget to do that wee bit. I'm not very good at that stuff. I'm better at it when Griffey's here because I know she's not going to say it. And now I'm turning into her. I don't know. Me Poo. Are you me Poo Poo? Or me Poo or just Poo? Or are you Michelle? Is it? Look, I have questions about the me Poo. When I did my little live stream the other day that went from one subject into a whole pile of different subjects, as happens because, it'd been away for a little bit. And especially as soon as I had saw that it was upsetting someone else. And I was just like, okie dokie, we'll keep going then. I'm sorry I didn't tell all of you that at the time. But I kept going as long as I could just to wind them up. And it worked. They're so easy. But that was on the video that I had, and I had wanted to go from the bit I had to then skipping forward a little bit, but it had taken so long, repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating the same information over and over again, in the hopes that, a few people would hear it, as they did, which was good. So I'm sorry again to all of you that had to listen to all of that, but it was worth it. Just know that it was worth it. That we didn't get to that amazing trailer with the poor little abbreviated thumb. Again, I was so annoyed the first time that I had saw that whole thing that I was in a bad mood, and then I saw that and was like, oh, you very silly. You silly peoples. Linny Poo, hello. Right. Just to upset Chris, if you would like to keep a wee frosty Ewok Poo in tiny sandwiches because she has been abandoned and left to fend for her own furry little butt, if you would like to support the wee, if you would hit up Griffey's Cash App, which is Griffey with 3 F's, because she gives the extra F, gotta get that bonus in there, Griffey83@gmail.com. And if you do not have the PayPals and you would like to use the Cash Apps, you can send it to me, which is Great British Pound Sign, Wee Frosty Ewok. And if all that you can do is just hang out and chit chat and persevere with my crazy ass, I am also grateful for that. Aww, you are my camping in the woods buddy, cracking asses too. We are gonna do. I think we'd have a riot, to be honest. God help anybody that would be just going about their daily business out for a nice relaxing walk in the countryside. That would be hilarious. Okay, I'm only going to put that on screen for a wee second. I'm hoping that you all saw it, so I'm going to take it back off again. Okay, gone. Pearl, don't lie to us, love. We know that you have observed the malingering that happens in other channels, and you have decided that that's the way you're going to live your life now. And it was such a good look on them that you thought, this is great, I'm going to give it a wee go. So Pearl hit the booze a bit early today. She started at breakfast time. What can we say? There's not a lot you can do to help some people. And that's where she is now. So God love her. She's starting to come round a wee bit. The worst part of the afternoon was the arrest. We had to get her out of custody But they're so used to seeing her in and out of there at this point that they don't even wait for the court anymore. They just add it to the list. But we love you very much, Pearl, and I hope that you feel better soon. I was just trying to make you laugh. Right, Adele. It's crazy that it has to happen that way, but at the same time, I'm glad that you're right and your family. And I'm sure your own family and friends that you've had to leave behind will be grateful that you have been able to take a fresh opportunity to have a better quality of life, because we would all want that for somebody that we love and care for. And it's not like it used to be where you would go away and you'd be lucky if you would speak to somebody on the phone even once a month. You can do all the FaceTimey things, you can speak to them whenever you want, pretty much. Obviously, as long as they have power and internet, but at least you have a better chance than you did before. It's not having to wait years and years just to see what your family looked like. It's a good thing. Boop boop be doo. There are so many witty little names going around at the moment. I don't know how many of you were watching. It's an old tradition, really, on the internet in general. I say tradition to make it sound like it's been going for 400 years. 400 years ago. No. Of what I would call the smarter trolling, which is just fun and easygoing, not the nasty shit. And strangely enough, when it's somebody that dislikes you, it gets way more under their skin than anything slick or crazy you would have to say to them, whenever you can just be creative. It seems to hit home just that little bit harder. But at the moment, for anybody who didn't see it, there's a whole situation, isn't there always? A whole situation with Bullhorn Betty and a person that she claims to have stalked and harassed her to the point that she made an alleged call to the FBI while on live stream to report this person. Needless to say, that would be like a certain other person reporting me to the Irish police for terrorist crimes and things. It'd be kind of like that, only even more crazy, because she did it literally on live stream. Just bananas. So now there are what feels like 5,000, but it's realistically about 100 different versions of the blank screen account, and it got Betty so riled up that she had to block the blank screen word from her chat because there were too many accounts to block, and they weren't doing anything bad. They were just going in to say hello and grifter and things. They were just hanging out. But there was a variety of things. There was blank screens, podiatrist, blank screens, dentist, blank screens, ex-wife. Beautiful, beautiful. That is the art of trolling. Just pure funny. No, I'm grateful, Chris, that you were able to come up and keep me company, because I think most people could tell I was starting to flag a little bit. I was trying and I was just like, yeah, I didn't have any energy to start with. What I did have is rapidly disappeared. The struggle is real, yo. I need all the help I can get. I was very grateful for it. Although I think we scared the bejesus out of Matthew, so there's that. But again, even that was worth it. It was a bonus all round. Hello, Queen Nessie. Hello. Oh, Pearl. There's going to be a whole series coming. Just a heads up. A whole series. You know, just to drive the point home, we might as well just, do the thing. Circle Jerk, hello, lovely, hello. Yes, J. Marie, you need to be J. Marie Poo, or J. Marie, I support Poo, J. Poo, Poo Marie. Poo Marie sounds like poopery, so I think it should be that one. Poo Marie would be hilarious, actually. Bingo! Cracking asses poo. Bingo. I mean, it speaks volume that these are the very people who are constantly going on, oh, the police don't do this, or these other YouTubers are doing X, Y, and Z. When, realistically, it seems pretty evident to me, at least, that they couldn't even investigate their own belly button with much success, never mind anything else. And there they are, analysing beeps. Did we get sound clips of the beeps? Was there a comparative chart? Did they bring on an audiologist to compare and contrast? No, they did not. The investigation was poor, 0 out of 10 with or without rice. And if anybody's been on Reddit at all in the past 10 years, that'll make sense. Anybody else, they'll be like, what the heck is we doing already? She's already crazy. Cracking asses. Or sorry, I'm not even giving you your full title anymore. Cracking asses poo. When Soup, for example, was going all the way off, sending everybody to bed, doing all the things. When I say going all the way off, we know that she was still only on a 10% function, and those in receipt of said words should be very grateful for that. If she ever gets to 90, they're never going to be able to show their face on the internet again. Let's just face it. But soup had me laughing and crying all at the same time. There were snot bubbles. I didn't know where I was. I was like a toddler. It was the funniest thing. Because every time I thought she was being serious and she'd say something funny or deliver it in such a way that I'm like, oh, well, that's going to sting. And I'm here for it. So, yes, you and I would have a fickin' blast. Can you imagine all of us on a camping trip? It would be quite spectacular. I think the beer bottles would be safe, so there's that. We can be grateful for it. No, Pearl, I haven't. Have you tried it? I have heard of such a thing, but I haven't tried it. Um, Now I'm intrigued. Do you put milk in it? I have questions. We need to have a whole tea discussion. Welcome to British life, everyone. British and Irish life. We talk about tea and food. And I'm not ashamed. Ginger Snap, hello, lovely. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, Adelphi, that makes such a massive difference to be able to have that contact whenever you can. It makes the whole process so much easier. I have a big family, so a lot of people who have gone various arts and parts around the world, and the internet just makes it a whole ton easier to keep in contact with people for obvious reasons. And it's way cheaper. And you don't have to book an appointment like you did when I was a kid. Pretty much had to book an appointment to be able to call people. Yes, Chris. I saw this. I even went back and did a whole little double check of the situation. I think we can see where this is gonna go, and again, a little bit like the sparkly people. Uh, they're doing a whole lot of effing around, and they're gonna find out. Yeah, yeah. She's not somebody I would want to be on the wrong side of, that's for sure. That's part of the reason why we kept going the other night too, because we had people doing little flybys of the stream, catching up on what was happening with the Paloma thing. I felt bad though for you guys, because I felt like I was on rinse and repeat, just saying the same stuff over and over and over again. Sorry, but I love you all and I'm very grateful. Italian girl, hello. Nikita, that would be awesome. Kita Poo. Coxy poo. Poos and cocks? I don't know. Look, it could get weird very quickly there, so I'm going to just behave myself. And you can't anyway because your name is Amanda Knox. Everybody knows this. Come on now. But hello. No doubt if he did that ginger snap, we would have people reporting us to the police for harassment. Can you imagine that police report? Oh dear. Moving swiftly on. Ashley, hello, lovely. Good to see ya. Yep, that's cool, Adele. God love you. If you could pop over to my house afterwards, I know it's a wee bit far away, but I'd still be grateful for it and all. I'd make you a wee cup of tea. Wee Marie. That would be perfect. I'm here for that also. Unseen No House. Welcome, welcome. Well, it happens. It happens to the best of us. All you can do is get your little glass house in order and try to carry on regardless. Irregardless, pulling a 360, allegedly. Oh, Pearl. Is it good though? Because it sounds like it should work, because like you say, all of those things go perfectly together. So I'd imagine it would be tasty. Is it sweet? Because you know the way most of them are sort of more a bit like herbal tea, and they don't have a sweetness or an overt sweetness to it. And then sometimes they mess up and start putting sugar and sweetener and things, and then you're like, bleh. Wee and poo, it's definitely going to be a thing. As I see from Pooh has some videos out today, and I am here for each and every one of them. Pooh, whenever you hear this, I am stinking proud of you. It would be amazing, the Wee and Pooh show. We would have all the bodily fluids. We could have a whole situation. We could dominate OnlyFans, to be honest, as well. So there's that. Hello, Heather. Hello. Queen Nessie. Hello. I'm not sure if I said hello to you or not. I was arrested for taking the popos on a high-speed chase while live streaming. Yeah, I think you had went to the Betty School of YouTubing and somehow decided it would be a good idea to drive like a lunatic and be on panel at the same time. Those two things don't seem to go well together. Not recommended. And yet we see more people doing it increasingly, and it's frightening. Frightening. Especially considering they should have learnt that being distracted while driving is not a good thing. Maybe they didn't learn that in a waiting room. I don't know. Just my opinion. Yes, we is not doing Dallas. We know we know Likey Dallas. We we is doing the YouTubes, I'm equal opportunities, So if you could give Griffey and Stella a wee thumbs up, I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. New Orleans lady, hello, lovely. I was just thinking about you the other day. With all of the stuff and things that have been going on, and so I hope you're okay, my dear. But I'm happy to see you. Hello, Daphne. Like that sounds that would be quite how that would go. There, I was doxed by someone with corn in their poo. There were lots of poos surrounding that initial poo. Again, I'm trying to be good. I'm trying. Very trying. Amanda Fanny Cox poo? Yeah, okay. She'll never get into any chats. Oh dear. But then again, we did survive Daphne with her Dixie Normus situation. Those two things would go together kind of well. Nah, possibly. Unless you listen to Prayer Garden. I don't know how many of you heard Prayer Garden recently. If you don't choose to go and watch her entire stream because life choices are a thing, I'm being so diplomatic. If you go to Lippy's channel, Lippy, she does some awesome clip content, and the most recent video she has today of PG. It was a whole lot. PG was just saying all of the things. All of them. I'm only just catching up in chat now because I was so far behind. What he's confused about, is it the poo? Is it the corn in the poo? Is it the wee instead of the Griffey? All of the things? the fanny of it all, who knows? Unseen no heist. You shouldn't really have needed to have had nitro packs because aren't aren't your dogs on the squeaky treadmill in the back of the car? Couldn't they just you would just hook them up to a wee dynamo and that would give you that extra oomph? Possibly. Maybe. Linny Poo! There's a song, I'll have to search for it. But it's an old song, but it's called I Love My Fanny. Now, for the UK and Irish people, that means a very, very different thing, as most of you know, to the Americans. And yet, both sides of the pond would have used Fanny as a shortened version of a Christian name at one point. But here, that song means something very, very different. When the song goes along the lines of "I love my Fanny, my Fanny loves me. I love my Fanny, something, something, something." Look, I made that sound very exciting, but please, if I find it, I will share it. I'm gonna have to start writing things down and making handy dandy notes for myself because there's so much. A jammy note. I love this, Pearl. We now have tea tastings in the chat. With a soupçon of elderberry and reminiscent of a hug on a chilly evening. That's usually the way wine descriptions go anyway, where it just becomes all weird and you're like, what? It tastes like brick. Okay, happy for you, but that doesn't sound good. Look, Lenny, I've told you before, this is why we clashed initially. It's just in our DNA. It's in our DNA. There's nothing we can do about it. J. Marie, for normal tea, for like normal British tea sort of thing, British Irish tea, because I'm more of a coffee drinker. I would usually have to be. It's one of the things I look for when I'm sick. Is a good cup of tea, and it has to be good and strong and all the things. Well, wee tiny bit of milk in it, perfect. Even better if you can get a wee ginger nut in there. The Americans will not know what I'm talking about with ginger nuts. I am sorry. But yes, I put nuts in my tea and coffee. Ginger nuts. You dunk them, and then you lift the ginger nut back out, and then you put the ginger nut in your mouth. It's a great time. But today I had some. I had made smoothie whenever I got home because I hadn't had anything to eat. So I made like kiwi and celery and spinach and lime and there was something else and a wee bit of matcha tea and spirulina in it. So it tasted a lot better than I thought it would. It looked like a blended frog, but it tastes pretty good. I have to admit, it hit home. I have questions. Would that be the personal carp? Look, I don't know. If I keep going, I'll get myself in trouble. So let's not. I'm still trying to behave. That'll wear off by the start of the week, so don't worry. Don't worry. Welcome to my world, cracking asses poo. Again, as much as it'll disappoint some people, contrary to their adamant statements that I am simultaneously on crack and Xanax at the same time, I don't think they understand how either of those things work. Realistically, I don't sleep very well, and so yes, I have the same facial tone on a normal day. It's just like distraught. But then it keeps life interesting, you know? Right? Piss holes in the snow. Just realised I had myself on mute when I was saying that. What a spoon I am. Let me say that again. That sounds really weird whenever I do that. Look, I know it's Friday night, but this is YouTube. YouTube is going 24/7. I love the fact that you think you have, real life friends or something, but we don't have time for that. You have to commit to the program here. It's even better if you choose to keep your chosen YouTube watching to the smallest amount of channels possible, so that you know as little as possible, so that you can sound chronically ignorant. That's always a good way to go. That seems to work for a few people, or so they think. Nessie, how you are not Nessie Poo by now, I have no idea. What are you doing with your life? These are important issues. there's there's so many things that are, again, because I am that old, where they would give you a smack or threaten to smack you and then say, I'll give you something to cry for if you don't stop crying or don't stop being naughty. And you're like, well, I might as well just do the thing then if you're going to smack me either way. Might as well just double down. Linny, please tell me that you have at least a pretend little tiny bow and arrow for Katniss. You know, just the wee toy size ones. So that we can make her into tribute, and then she'll be able to do all the stunts. It'll be very fitting, very on brand. And or we could get her a little Superwoman outfit. All of the things. Although I have a wee dog that can be like that a little bit too. One of the dogs is a Jack Russell, and he seems to think that whenever someone comes to this house, that they are here only to visit him. That's their only purpose in life. It doesn't matter whether they're carrying post, a roast chicken, cuddly toy, whether they're doing anything, workmen, anything, you name it. That wee dog thinks that they're here to visit him. So he has this little habit of sitting up on the back of the sofa. So you could just be sitting there reading a book or doing some work or something, and then the next thing you'll see a small dog go flying over the top of your head, and hilarity ensues. It's great. Great. There's a whole lot of people that are very constipated on these YouTube streets. It's unfortunate. They need a little bit of roughage in their diet. Well, we could do something like that, Pooh. We could play funny games. You know, funnier the ones than animated racing games. You know, we could do funnier things than that. I think that kind of stuff would be hilarious. We could have people up on panel, play little silly games, do all sorts of funny things. Dusty Bin. Ted Rogers, 3-2-1. If you didn't know how to do 3-2-1 and spend time practicing how to do it when you were a child, what were you even doing? Were you even alive? Right, I'm looking for the song, Linny. Let me see. I love Ulta too. Hello, lovely. Your name really should be I love Ulta Poo. I'm just saying. This needs to be a thing. This needs to be a thing. Heidi's Voya Poo. Hello. Hello, hello. Boswell. Hello, hello. I can't find the thing. Okay. Yeah. There's a whole lot of songs like that, Linny, that have ulterior meanings. My granny, there's a reason why I'm a cheeky wee rip. My granny was very much that kind of person, and she more or less raised me for one reason or another. Unlike some, I'm not gonna give you my whole tragic life story in order to make people feel sorry for me and act all pathetic. Um, but she used to tell you wee funny jokes and wee funny stories and stuff. Things that maybe not the best, but there was like a little nursery rhyme about a woman going up a place called Kippin Hill. So it goes, when I went up Kippin Hill, I thought I smelt some kippers. I asked the lady what it was, and she said she peed her knickers. Now, when you're a child, that is the most hilarious thing in the world, because you're like, oh, that's terrible. Needless to say, little wee used to bring up several variations of it. It was a whole thing. And teach it to other kids at school. So. Mork calling Orson. Mork calling Orson. Nanu nanu. Mm. See, this is how we learned the things. They were like a little education all on their own. Not an education our family would have ever planned, but it's the one we got. And as you say, then you just repeat things. Like I told you before, I grew up on a farm. We had went to on a school trip to this little island that was off the coast of where I live. So it was a whole like school day expedition getting onto this tiny boat, literally a tiny boat. You would not be able to get the insurance to be allowed to do it now, but we did it. But we went across in the tiny boat. We had a great wee day. Running around this wee island, looking at shells and stones and counting plants and things and sheep, all the things. I know that sounds wild, but hello, I'm country. This is what we did. The next day, when we went back into school, we had to write a story about our day trip to the island. I thought I'd written a nice little story. But next week, I was sent home with my little school notebook and a letter. And didn't understand why when I had been told to give this letter to my granny. So I did that. I didn't understand really what was happening. And my granny broke into absolute hysterical laughter. After a few moments, I couldn't really understand what was going on at all. She sat me down and we had a wee conversation. As it turned out, and I was never allowed to live this down, my little story, I still have the wee notebook somewhere, basically consisted of, we went to the island yesterday. We had a very nice day out. We went on the boat. We had lunch. Now that all sounds very normal. And it was. Until the extra part of my story, which was, and a seagull shit on Mark's head. It was very funny. My teacher was not impressed with this. It was factual. I told them what had happened. They wanted to know the dates, and I told them. I gave them the information. A seagull shit on Mark's head. That wasn't my fault. I didn't know you weren't allowed to use that word. Grew up at a farm, we were always saying that word. I didn't know. So yeah, I had to have a whole come to Jesus meeting basically about, now the words that you use here you can't say in school. you can't talk about that kind of thing in school. You have to, the teacher doesn't understand. And I was like, what? Why doesn't the teacher understand what shit is? It didn't make sense, but there you go. A seagull shit on Mark's head. It was a notable event. What did they want me to do? Not tell them? I don't know. Chris, I'm not ignoring you, love. What were you saying to me earlier? Sorry. I'm still trying to train myself to read the chat on a more constant basis. Come on now. Be gentle with me. Very gentle. Why do you think I'm ignoring you? Because you haven't read anything I've said for the past 20 minutes. That's why. I didn't mean to. Tamara, hello, lovely. As in, like, arrive to completion when such a thing happens? Chris, is that where we're going with that? Look, I can neither confirm nor deny. As it is, I have a steady stream of Tanqueray nuds that keep me well satiated, so no, not hot and bothered, no. I wouldn't quite term it as that. I normally laugh. There's that. Oh, look. As soon as you mention her nuds, look, there she is, hiding in my bush. Not Nessie. Nessie's not in my bush. It's Tanqueray. Sorry about that. There was some bush confusion. I can't help it. It's very busy service down there. What can I bubble gum. I wish I could tell you, love, that surprises me. It does not. Whenever you think back about it, you're like, what were they thinking having me write this down? They didn't follow any logic there whatsoever. A net graph, hello, lovely. See, Tanqueray says she's eating dinner, but just saying. What do you mean trim the bush? It's a full arrangement down there. Braids. Have little clips. The whole thing, a whole thing. Strategic almost. Now, see, I always used to get, we would, or let me rephrase it, we achieves good marks and always applies herself well to the project at hand or whatever, something like that. And then it would be her ability to achieve much more would be increased if she would stop talking. What do you know? Nothing has changed. Somebody's got to do it though, right? Have a wee conversation with people. You never know. They were getting bored sitting in the class, having nothing to do. Tell wee jokes, tell wee stories. I'd tell them all about Mark getting shit on his head. Look, these are important dates when you're in school. Continue the whole way to university and beyond, but mind you, so there's that as well. Can't help it. Bushes of poo does sound very unfortunate, Lisa. It sounds like a terrible situation, to be honest. I'm not sure whether we would need detergent, disinfectant, trimmers, gloves. Look. I don't know what's going on down there at all. It's a hazard. I shouldn't have really put that on screen, should I? Does anybody know where that dude originated from? Is he just another one that just stumbled in by accident, sort of thing? I have many questions about that person. There was he was doing a whole leave Brittany alone routine earlier in defense of the ninja team that I have to admit made me laugh quite a lot. I don't think that was intentioned, but it made me laugh. And how long is it? How long is it until they start picking on him too? He already doesn't sound maybe perhaps like the most well balanced of individuals. That's not going to go well there. Again. Queen Nancy. Yes, bubblegum. I'm deliberately not putting that on screen, but yes, all of that is very familiar, which is unfortunate. Wackadoodle. He's a whole lot of unfortunate. Here's the thing too. What's the point in giving him this information on Lovely 15? What was the point in providing him with these bits of information about a person that he knows nothing about, supposedly? Why give that to him? It makes no sense to me. I don't understand why they would do. Why? Man moves. They need to hook up with Andrew Hilt and we could have a whole movie situation. They could have movie bonding time. Look, I didn't choose for this to happen, Nessie. These people said the things. And considering the individuals that we're talking about, we both know they could be doing a whole lot worse. At best, it'll be the movies. At best. Get their IP addresses. Why? Why? Although it did make me laugh the other day when Heidi said she has somebody who could get IP and URL numbers and look them up. IP and URL numbers. Okay. Love that for you. You do that. That's adorable. Crazy lunatics. Lenny, to be honest, I doubt that would be his first time. Yes, Tamara, yes. URL numbers. But then again, the same woman has had her lawyer watching a video that another creator made that was not about her in the way that she states. Apparently that lawyer's still watching that video to this day. He hasn't stopped. He's just been watching it for 7-8 months now. After I've managed to get 6 up away from Lolita's clutches and rescue Griffey, etc. from Chris, I think we'll maybe have to try and see if we can get that lawyer out of there, because God love him. I don't think he realised what he signed up for. Here's a thought for you. If you know, you know, and if you don't, thank your. Just be grateful for the ignorance for once. If any of you know Jimbo and Jamie that used to wrestle uh, alongside Ernie Shell, can you imagine that situation where you would have the two of them, Andrew Hiltz and whichever wee friend he has with him currently, usually with unmentionable lines of white powder, and this other new movie friend of the ninjas. Just saying, it's very on brand, very on brand. Right, I'm gonna see if I can show you something. Not movies. Calm yourselves, ladies. Calm yourselves. No movies. Please hold. Okie dokie. Right. Let me see. Put that on that. Do that. Do this. And then do this. And then hit this little button. Please hold. Your view is very important to me. I'm just a technical idiot who can barely do anything. Share tab audio. Yes. Yes. Do this. Oh. No. I'm going to present to you a handy dandy little video. And then we'll put the link into the description afterwards if you want to watch it. For some of you who were listening to my Nopey Nope to the Okie Doke stream the other day, something has been rolling around in my head. Well, lots of things roll around in my head, but at least that's better than nothing, I suppose. Something has been rolling around in my head for a little while concerning the moon. And the British people will already have seen this, but some of our American friends will not have. So I wanted to share it with you. because I think it would be a great addition to your life experience. Okay, this advert is for a brand of treat called Jaffa Cakes. And once that you see this, it will be stuck in your head forever. Especially whenever you're able to join the dots with what you're about to look at. But this particular little advert works perfectly with the moon. Isn't that right, Nessie? Yes, yes, it is. Okay, so I need to make sure I've turned this up. Turn this up. Bing, bing. Need to mute myself. I forgot that. Okay, right. So, full moon, half moon, total eclipse.
Good morning, children.
Good morning, Miss.
Full moon,
Full moon,
half moon.
half moon,
Total eclipse.
total eclipse.
Good. Now, let's do it one more time. Full moon.
Full moon.
McVitie's Jaffa Cakes, deliciously self-centered.
Good morning, children.
Good morning, Miss.
Full moon,
Full moon,
half moon.
half moon,
Total eclipse.
total eclipse.
Good. Now, let's do it one more time. Full moon.
Full moon.
McVitie's Jaffa Cakes, deliciously self-centered.
Let's do it one more time. Full moon, half moon. Total eclipse.
Full moon.
Full moon, half moon, total eclipse. Now, needless to say, this works in every way possible you will ever need for your life. If you have chocolate, cookies, cakes, anything, you can do that with the whole thing. I should have taken that down before I started. Well, that's why I played it, Lenny. You see, since she's been going on saying a whole lot of things, and I would prefer a total eclipse situation. It just works. It works. Plus, you get a handy dandy treat. So, full moon, half moon, total eclipse. And yes, Pearl, the ending of that is just priceless to me because I'm like, whoever did that, they spent time doing it. That's why it had to be that version. Because it's perfect. Right, Annette? It just works for all the things. All of the things. All of the things. Trust Nessie to throw a spanner in the works. Now she's going to confuse you all with a finger of fudge. FML I cannot. We will have to do that. I don't want to put them all on at once, but we will have to start doing some of those interesting things because there's some of them that are just wild. But yeah, that was our childhood, everybody. Well, pretty much childhood, early adulthood, medium adulthood, depending on how old you are, really. But the full moon, half moon, total eclipse. I don't think they have played that advert in the UK for like 20 years. And it's still commonly used as a descriptive term for lots of things. It works. It just works. Champion the Wonder Horse, and look, there's so many things. Right, Pearl? Pearl. You're with me now? You with me? That's why I'll put the wee linky link to the dude in the description. Because that little bit at the end, let's see, what's he called? Retro Steve UK. I'm going to put the, let me see, copy, boom, there we go. Put that in there. Put that there. That's weird. I show up as Griffey. I forgot that would happen. But yes, so Griffey technically not here. That's me. That's me. But yes, full moon, half moon, total eclipse. Works for everything. Annette, it's not so much the sales of it all, but it's the real world applications it can leave you with. It's that. That's the joy of that advert anyway, for me. There's that, and then, as Lenny said, there's lots of little funny things that are just a lot easier going. That is a very funny show. There's a whole, what did you call it? Creature Comforts. You'll have seen bits of that on people's videos elsewhere. If you look up that little series on YouTube, you'll see a lot of interesting British opinions that are animated with little claymation figures, and it's beautiful because it's so funny. Turn off an audible. Shine on Harvey Ming. Yep. Pooh, I have so many. You see, this is where I need to be able to interview. Did I call you Pooh or Bubblegum? There's so many Poohs, everybody's just Pooh now. Bubblegum. I have so many questions. because we all had like little set days of the week usually where certain things would happen. And as you say, like a set dinner or something that would happen on a certain day of the week. Nothing to do with religions or whatnot. It's just the weird way that families become, where they decide strange things sometimes. Bread. What did you call him, Joey? What's his face? Nessie. But yeah, there's a whole lot of very funny stuff. If any of you watch oh hell, now the name's gone out of my head. Okay, let's move swiftly past that because I've had a total brain fart. Velvety poo soup I would have, but I'm on this thing on here, so it wouldn't let me click on your name here. I would have needed to be in the YouTube's parts of it. Boswell, bingo. Well done, Nessie. You get an extra Jaffa cake. No, I just realised whenever I had said bubblegum a second ago, or meant to say it to be correct, I had actually just said poo. Like, so I would just end up talking to 50 versions of poo instead. It's perfect. Perfect. You're a poo. I'm a poo. Lisa Jones, you have let the side down because you still are not a poo. I find this deeply objectionable, and you're going to have to do better with your life choices from here on out. I love you, Pearl. That's why it's perfect. The audio quality for that one was the best. You could get other ones with better images, but the audio quality for that particular version was the best one that I have found so far. Plus that little tune at the end, I was just like, oh God, love you. Somebody's just went the whole hog there and done the whole thing. I love that. I love that little bit of extra effort. Who is me, Pooh? Is that not Pooh? I've just sent some nuds. Well, you'll soon see whenever you get your nuds back, Bubblegum, in return for the nuds that you've just sent. You'll find out. It keeps life interesting. It's like nud roulette on the YouTubes. A bit like apparently the way some people live their daily lives. Look at my avatar, never mind Chrissy Poo's. My avatar is way better than hers. Way better. I have the bestest avatar. Although I will admit, when I started to search for Ewok poo, it was starting to take me into a very strange sector of the internet that I wasn't quite prepared for. But at least I kept life interesting for a little while. So, as some people somehow think that they're at, preschooler grade insults are they're going to like somehow break me by calling me a dog. Again, I just thought I would embrace it. Just to show how, let me see, what's the phrase? Oh, fucking stupid! Yes, how fucking stupid it actually is. Yes, we've reached that time in the evening where everyone, no matter what time of day it is with you at the minute, uh, it's officially um, nighttime here. So if you could all just send your nods to each other so that we can all have um, some nice little alone time for the evening, that would be beautiful. And yes, we do support Pooh, Chris. We do. I think, Pooh, you're seeing a whole change in the tide coming along. Hang on in there, kid. Hang on in there. I love that, Lily. I am the shit. It's like I am the one who knocks. I am the shit. That's just sorry. Like, I've had a long day. People have been calling me terrible names. What did you expect? Yeah, but you're in the future, Annette. So technically, you're still owed nuds from the night before. You're still owed last night's nuds. You are in an arrears of nuds. That's how that works. All's well and Pooh's well. Have a good wee nap. Cracking asses, Pooh. And I hope we see you later, love. Night. So now that you all understand what full moon, half moon, total eclipse is, it means now that Pearl and I won't feel quite so weird whenever we say it in the chat because none of you know what we're on about. Well, anybody that isn't vaguely British Irish sort of thing. Now, let me see. Yes, but welcome. I remember. I remember. Do you realise I just clicked on YouTube to see who's about to go live and I saw that Griffey's channel was live and was like, oh, Griffey's live. Yeah, look, it's been a long day. Been a long day. Tune in to watch yourself. 45 minutes for 6 up. Okie dokie, we can do that. We might as well do the 6 up preamble. 6 up has been making me not only stinking proud, but equally shout with glee and laugh. All of the things, all of it. She's been doing the full business recently. It's been glorious. I'm gonna have to say something, but in a very semi-cryptic kind of way. Again, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But old Snotty that was going live several days ago and then couldn't go live and then had to do a live from the car, now apparently has unexpected company. I don't know whether that's a bail bondsman whether it's repo people or whether it's a visitor, who knows? But God love her, now she can't go live again for, she says, and only another couple of hours. But realistically, we know that when old Snotty does that, usually it could be days before you see her again. Days. 11 minutes for 6 up. How did we go from 45 minutes to 11? Sapphire sky, hello, lovely. Yes, you could be sapphire poo or sky poo. Sapphire poo would actually be interesting. If that's happened, shit has definitely got weird in the truest sense of everything. It does make it sound like you've been, I don't know, eating Smurf sandwiches or something. Maybe someone emailed 6up and they were like, please, dear God, we're having to listen to we. Can you just, look, I don't care what you're doing right now. Please come on. Save us from this lunatic. I don't blame them either. Fan meets poo. Especially a rickety fan that makes a weird noise. But that's, again, if you know, you know. And if you don't, count yourself lucky. That's all I can tell you there. All will become clear at some other time. Just not right now. Bubble poo. Right? Bubble guts. Yeah. That's where it works because I told you before, bubblegum, one of my friends uses the term bubble guts often. And then the first few times I saw your name in chat, I used to sort of get confused and think it said bubble guts. I had to sort of reread it. So it would be even funnier. Bubble guts sounds hilarious in my opinion. But then again, we all know I'm a little bit. I mean, I'm just a dog. What would I know? You don't ask me for advice. Not if it happens to be old Snotty's fan, Lenny. It's a very rickety, dodgy fan that multiple people have offered to help fix, but I don't know. Some people. Right, Lisa? If Karen thinks she had fun investigating beeps, just. Oh dear. Right. Before we get to 6up, before before we kill the mood completely, let's see. I'm gonna show you this other little thing. Now. It's not moobs, so don't worry. No moobs were involved in the making of this. Now, If you know of Dolly Vision or Ernie Shell, you will have perhaps encountered a woman that used to rather fervently support them both, called Team Rose. Now, Team Rose enjoys a little bit of um, interesting dance. I'll leave it as vague as that if you don't know. Very seldom is a bra involved in that, which is unfortunate a whole lot of the time. It's a creative choice that I personally would not make, but again, go with God, live your best life. No. Team Rose is like, whoo, Team Rose. At least it will drink sober the fuck up every now and again. That's what you tell me now, Rosie. That's what you tell me now. I have an amazing friend called Coco Sajay, and Coco did a stream today. And as part of her stream, she's a little bit like myself. She tries to offset the craziness with funny a lot of the time. And yeah, sometimes we can get a little bit dark and a little bit weird because this YouTube place is a whole lot weird. But today, Coco decided to do some dance classes, and before 6 Up comes on, I want to show you a little clip. If you aren't already subscribed to Coco, please take your time, go over and subscribe. She is amazing. She is funny. Like the rest of us, she has seen some shit on the YouTubes. She has been dragged for filth from one end of these streets to the other, all usually because of some shit that some other person has done that has nothing to do with her. But I love her. Okay, so there's the little link to the video. Turd Island, oh my lord. That does sound unfortunate. Could be funny though. Right. Let me see. Share screen, quickly. There we go. Right. Now, again, I'll mute myself. If you can't hear it, let me know. But I'm not going to play a whole lot of it. So please, if you can, save that little link. Please go and subscribe to her. She is funny and she is a good person. But if you would like to watch more of this, she does more. But it's just a perfect way to round off our Friday. I can understand that, bubblegum, but don't worry. It's pretty much mostly Coco these days. So, and yeah, Suffice to say, at that stage, there was a whole lot of crazy shit going on with a whole lot of other people that made anything just start to get a bit weird. A bit weird. But, so this is Coco. Coco's going to do a little dance class for you, and you will enjoy it immensely. And then we can go. If anybody could drop Six Up's link in the chat, I would greatly appreciate it. I think most people are hopefully sub to Six Up. If you're not, please go and do so, because I'm pretty sure most people that are here would be on the same train of thought as where Six Up is going. So if you aren't already subscribed, please do that as well. Oh, bubblegum, I am here for it. Here for it. It would be amazing. Okay, right. Let's try this. Where do you go? There you go.
You did it. Hush, Belinda.
That's how I imagine all of us whenever we are watching Pooh's music streams. Just giving it full commitment. No, it's beautiful, beautiful. Pearl, have you seen Team Rose dance? Because if you haven't, if you haven't, we need to make that happen. You will enjoy it immensely. Poor woman can't decide whether she's trying to make out with the screen, whether she's trying to do some sort of land-based aquarobics, or what it is really. It's always slightly weirdly sexual, and you're like, what is even happening? But Coco that just made me laugh like a dream today. I was just like, that's beautiful, 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 beautiful. Of seeing Team dance. Well, Team Rose is a very creative individual. There's so many stories, but I don't want to start going off on a tangent before 6 Up starts. So, look, I just thought it was funny. You didn't need to know any of the background, even if you didn't know, and if you knew, great. But just silly fun. See, even dogs can have fun. Isn't that pretty amazing when a dog can have a better sense of humour than a trust fund baby? I think she would, Nessie, except, they can have a fraught relationship at times. I saw it, Ginger. I saw it. I didn't want to steal Rabbit's video because it was only short and she'd obviously done a good job of putting it together. So if I'm on tomorrow, we'll show it tomorrow if people haven't seen it. But yes, bubblegum. You don't know who to feel sorry for at that point. You're just like, oh God, none of this is good. None of it. Whatever's happening here, I'm not down for it. I don't like it. I'm frightened. So do I, Pooh. I am that kid that grew up watching horror movies while all my friends were watching Disney. I'm like, yeah, no, that's weird. People don't live like that. I function better when the world's going to shit. So here we are. I've trained for this. I'm sorry, Lenny. Like we were watching some interpretive dance. It oh, it was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you aren't already subbed to Coco, please do so. She's very funny. And you don't have to sub to everybody. You can just go swing by and watch every now and again. You see what you enjoy, see what you don't. You're never going to agree with everybody all the time. Your dad made you watch them. Remind me to tell you. I have a whole lot of stories I could tell you, Pooh. We'll talk about that now. Tales of the Unexpected. Oh, good God. Yep. I think that's partly where it comes from. Tales of the Unexpected and Hitchcock movies. Although I also remember seeing a good portion of Amityville horror when I was only a little one. I don't think I'd even started school yet. Um, and that sort of does it. That's look at where we are now. That's all I can say. Okay, everybody, has 6 Up started yet? Oh, Night of the Living Dead. It's a good one. It's a good one. I've still got my lips are sealed going through my head. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have to admit that would also make an interesting choice for a horror movie soundtrack, right? All follow Linny. If we all follow Linny over to 6 Ups, we're going to head in there. I can neither confirm nor deny whether there will be interpretive dance or land-based aquarobics, but let's go and hang out there. I think it could get real interesting over there, yo. So head on over there. I love you all, and thank you very much for swinging by. I appreciate every single one of you. And yes, woof dog, woof doggy dog, woof dog. There's so much I could say there, but we'll not waste the time. Good night, everybody. Love you, love you, love you, and thank you very much. Bye, bye, bye.